Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 86. We're currently playing as Kaiser Wilhelm II of the Holy Roman Empire, and he's the son of Kaiser... well, that's not quite right. He's the son of King Ezo of Germany, but he has some sort of relation to the former Kaiser of the HRE. I believe that he was the... oh no, there he is. He's the grandchild. Wow, that took me a while to get. He is the grandchild of Kaiser Wilhelm I, who himself was the son of Kaiser Ulrich III, and so on and so forth, all the way back to Duke Otto of Saxony. I'm just all muzzled up today. The reason for this little discrepancy here is that we skipped a generation. King Ezo died well before King Wilhelm, or Kaiser Wilhelm. We have some things that we want to do. First of all, Kaiser Wilhelm I died at the very end of the last episode, and we're stuck with our good old Kaiser Wilhelm II here. I believe that we already made a marriage offer. It's been 2 days since I recorded that episode, so not quite on top of where I was. But yes, I believe we already made a marriage offer to someone. And on top of that, we're going on a pilgrimage right now. So that's good. Our council is all together, and with the laws, we're not going to change crown authority just yet, because we still have a bit of hatred from these vassals. I mean, we'll do that in a bit, but not right now. Before we do that, we're going to have a look at our kingdoms. Germany is perfect. Germany is exactly where we want it to be. Primogeniture, medium crown authority, free investiture. Even though we control the Pope, we want free investiture because it gives us... like, we don't care about the Pope's opinion of us anymore. But it gives us a bunch of, any of our church vassals get plus 10 opinion of us. Any of our vassals who have church vassals get plus 10 opinion. And our slight spoiler there, but, well, almost every single vassal has bishops, like, as vassals to them. So that's perfect. Denmark, also perfect. Lithuania. Lithuania needs to go to primogeniture, so we need to advance crown authority to high. We're not going to do that just yet. We'll do it in a little bit. Although we could do it now. We'll keep that on the books. Bavaria, almost perfect. So let's just put in that vote there. And once that passes, it will be perfect. Poland, same situation. And Pomerania... well, Pomerania already has high crown authority, so we just need to sort of sit there for 10 years before we change the succession law. It is going to piss people off, but I don't want to switch it to free investiture just yet, because what we'll do is we'll switch in the succession law, and as soon as that changes, we'll bump it down to medium for the slight opinion boost. Although we get the same opinion boost... yeah, right, let's go up to free investiture there as well. And we're not changing the one in the HRE itself, even though that would get us massive opinion boost everywhere, simply because we actually want to start bumping up crown authority. It's going to take 2 generations to get to high, if we can even get it to medium. We should have an easier try of getting it to medium now than we did getting it to low much earlier on, because we own the vast majority of HRE. We're just missing these 2 pieces of... Frisia up here, which are owned by Burgundy, and we'll be getting some of those back. But in the meantime, let's get the timer started. Oh, there we go, we did get married to this lovely lass here. So money, 23 gold. Wow, that's miserable. Or 300 prestige. We're gonna take the prestige. And now I'm hoping that she gives us strong heirs, and a lot of them, and that she bumps our stewardship mod there. Yep, there we are. So we're now below our demands limit, which is great. Absolutely wonderful. So where are our armies at? And what are they doing? Right, we inherited these 2 or 3 retinues it was originally, but we deleted one. They're headed down to join up with these guys. These guys are headed over to Scandinavia to fuck around down there, and we have an army down here doing bugger all. Going to Rome. Let's just have a quick look through our plot list here. Somebody's trying to kill this Baron guy. You can stop that. I don't mind that Baron guy. I appear to have forgotten to do a few things, so let me just close that door. As I talk to myself about things you can't possibly see, or, well, you know. Whatever. Okay, back at the computer now. Let's continue. There's Heir here. He's kind of alright, I don't care. Just heir to the Duchy of... Yeah, you can stop that right now. Nobody kills Littlepingers on my watch. This bishop guy, he kind of likes me, so you should probably stop that. Okay, that all looks good. Excellent. We don't really have any plotting options. Revoking counties is still a pretty nice thing to do, but it's nowhere near as powerful as our man, the Pope, who strongly dislikes us for good reasons. But you'll notice that we also get the short reign penalty with him, so that will eventually turn into long reign and be all good. And it doesn't matter who becomes Pope, I believe, I will still have control over them. There we go, Bavaria is free investiture, and this fellow is my regent. Alright. So we're not going to be doing any wars at this stage, simply because that would break the pilgrimage. We do have the ability to appoint various dudes. A very big... wow, we've actually got a few guys who we could quite easily appoint. We're not going to, because we don't need to. The main thing that we can do now is basically get a guy to be the Pope. We can also keep on like forming anti-popes and, you know, fucking with it like that. It's a very good way to get a sizable amount of opinion with the Pope. Just check on Pomerania here. Where is it? There it is. Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. It's a good way to get a lot of opinion with the Pope because... Oh, there we go. Free investiture in Pomerania. Excellent. Now, what's this? This is the Venetian. This is interesting. I've never seen this happen. To the most excellent Kaiser Wilhelm II. Well, he sure knows how to get on my good side. May you live in harmony and contentment. The insidious Amalfitan traders must be expelled from your lands. If you agree to declare an embargo war on Doge Simeon of Amalfi, that's this dude here, we will not only join the war on your side, but also present you with 150 gold. Should we fail, Venice will pay any war reparations. So let's have a look down here at Amalfi. Amalfi owns those 2 pieces of land. They're quite easy to get to. And I don't actually know if they own any... I don't think they have any trade posts in our setting. These are the different families. I don't think they do. I mean, I'm going to declare war because it's 150 gold. Nice and easy. And now we just take this army that we've had here for no good reason. Give it a bit of a better commander on that flank and send it down into Amalfi. Tell you what, the Venetians can sure pack up an army if they want to. But yeah, now, enforcing demand gets me 54 gold and 200 piety. It's still pretty cool. And he did give us all that money. I guess we better have a look at factions. How are they going? 12.3 for independence. It's worrying, but it's not super important. It does mean that we don't want to... There's also a 17% chance to get this guy to be... Isn't he my regent? Yeah, god damn it. Let's pay him some money. Oh, let's not pay him some money. Let's just award him an honorary title. Seneschal. He wanted basically everything. Okay, looks like all those law changes have gone through, so that is phenomenal. I don't know where this Amalfian trade post is. It's not this one up, it's literally up here. What the hell? How do they have a trade post up there? That's ridiculous. Oh well, we're sending an army through there anyway, so that's the war goal. There have been strong rains in the area lately, and the valley that you need to cross has been transformed into a sizable lake. The water is still rising, so you start to build a large raft in order to cross. When you're almost finished building it, a group of farmers show up and explain that they also need to cross the valley in order to get back to their homes. They bring with them a number of animals that they've rescued from the flood. Okay, so we can get charitable trade out of this, which is good, and we don't have it already, so done. Mad plus diplomacy. And the church likes us, and people with the charitable trait like us, and greedy people will hate us, but well, fuck them, am I right? And battle. And we're in Rome. We all know how that goes. 1,000 roads, etc. Okay, looks like we lost a guy in this battle. It's alright. The saints, this holy ground, how it all moves my soul. I realize now that all of my life up to this point, all 19 years of it, has only been a preparation for this journey. How wondrous that the light of the Lord truly shines in me, a poor sinner. From now on, I shall always do his work. Praise God. Whoa. Alright, yeah, so we lost a guy in that, so let's just assign a new character to lead that army. And go back to the siege. Because while the war goal is up here, we can still get war score from beating up the Amalfians, like, stuff. So we'll probably just wait for that one, honestly. And, yeah, 30 piety in the pilgrim trait. All good. And now when we get out of this war, we'll start doing feasts and things like that, just to, you know, give us some opinion. We might be able to get a tournament, even. Who knows? We've certainly got the money for it. Who's this guy? Alright, you can have him back. 10 gold. This guy, no, fuck him. Just trying to go down here and see if there's anybody who we could release for, you know... Now, there's one here. If we release this guy, he's my kinsman. He despises us anyway. What is he? The Count of Places. Bugger him. He cannot do anything. Apologies for the pause there. I had a slight conversation that I had to deal with. But let's continue with this war. Yeah, it's been an irregular episode, essentially. See, it still says that the Pope may pass from my realm, but honestly, even if he does, it's very easy to get him back. Very easy. Tell you what, our economy is really picking up. We're getting very close to being able to get that improved keeps level. And the additional level of legalism I think we were going to go for. Just because legalism gets you more stuff eventually. Though majesty is always good as well. That being said, we're getting so much prestige and piety that the majesty bonus, while epic, isn't exactly critical. Whereas the legalism is, because, you know, it lets us hold more personal lands. We're not going to assault the place. I'm trying to, you know, hold off on my bloodlust at the moment. 22% for independence, that's annoying. Those jousting lists got built in Munchin. There are no further upgrades to jousting lists. It's fine. We will attack the trade post. And we're going to flatter and soothe the mayor to make sure that he doesn't, you know, force us to lower taxes. So much income. It's great. Having the Pope on side is beautiful. This is not something I wanted to happen. But I'm going to go along with it anyway, I think. Yes, I will accept your call to war, Byzantine. Honestly, he should quickly get that. It's a... Is it a de jure war? Yeah, it's a de jure war over Lorry, so it's over one place of a two-province place, and the guy has one ally, the King of Georgia. Where the hell is Georgia? No, these two provinces here. He doesn't actually need our assistance. It's annoying that they call on you in such situations when you don't actually want them to. But you just gotta roll with it. And let's just attack that. There we go. Then he moves up to there. And now we have the war goal. Okay, I don't know who you're trying to kill or why, so stop it. These factions, this one in particular, the Independence faction is a little bit out of control. 23%, I believe, is the biggest faction that we've seen since we founded the HRE. And I'm not particularly pleased with it, but, you know, whatever. Well, the Venetians are actually coming to help out. Aye. Well, they can do that. No drama. And now I'm not too concerned about having to get out of this war quickly. Simply because, well... Okay, let me just see how this is going. Count Franz of Tver is for some reason in that army. Count Franz of Tver. There he is. And that guy. Good. Anyway, as I was saying, I was planning on rushing through the Amalfi War so that I could, you know, get to peace and therefore do the feasts and the tournament and all that sort of stuff. But considering that, you know, we're now in this war with the Byzantines, you know, on their side, of course. The point of that is kind of, you know, irrelevant. A lot of Littlefinger's haters. This guy, Von Khan 10, really doesn't matter. Geroldian, he doesn't matter, he's a count. Are there any dukes who aren't Littlefinger's that hate us? Grand Mayor of Pisa hates me. Okay, now this is something that I consider to be a problem. I mean, it's been in here for ages. It's been in the game for ages, but I consider it to be an actual problem. We remember how last episode Pisa became a republic. Now, because I'm an emperor, and therefore, you know, a kind of monarch, he considers us to be of the wrong monarch type to be leading him. Therefore, he has a -30 opinion point mod against us, which we can't get rid of. Ever, unless we make him independent, which would be insane. I mean, what we can do is be all like, well, you know, we're going to request your excommunication. But that won't do anything, because the next guy to be the Doge of Pisa is still going to hate us. For the same reason. It's just annoying to me. And all of these other guys are Littlepfingers. There's a von Kantan there, but he's a counter. Oh, there's a Duke here. The Duke of Pomerania is a von Schlockau. He does have a lot of marriage ties, but I don't believe that he has a lot of... well... okay, the Duchess of Brandenburg, who actually does like us, is relative. Let's have a look at House von Schlockau. So there's that guy, the Duke of Pomerania. The Duchess of Brandenburg, and I believe that will be it. Yes, Brandenburg will be going to somebody else at some point. So we could excommunicate Engelbrecht here, but he's only got a -5 point opinion of us, and it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I am kind of itching for an excommunication. One thing we could do is, well, order the excommunication of foreigners, and then we'd be able to go to war with them, but you don't get any land from that. You get an excommunication casus belli, which basically gives you piety, sort of thing. You know, while we're here, I believe I was going to leave him Bornholm. He definitely won't take the vassalization offer, so we've got a de jure claim on Blekinge. Should have moved the guys first, but, you know, it's fine. We've got measles down here in Orbitello. Fuck it. I know, bloodlust overcame me. It's alright, we shouldn't lose too many men for the factions to actually have an issue. Because even though we've got our retinues, we also have this many men sitting around in our levies. And all the forces of mercenaries. We don't have any holy orders on retainer yet, which is kind of irritating, but, you know, whatever. We've got 12 more years until we need to not have Jerusalem being held by a Catholic. God, that is going to piss me off. We may have to try and engineer a thing where we take Jerusalem. Like, we come over here and say, okay, well, you know, give us a claim on it, and then we go to war with the Byzantines, take it, and then deliberately lose it to the infidels. Not going to be too happy in doing that, because it'd mean going to war with the Byzantines for something I don't actually want in the first place. But hey, if it has to happen, it has to happen. We need crusades. Particularly, we need crusades now that we control the guy who calls crusades. You have any idea how powerful it will be for me to go, oh, well, you know, I would like Cumania. And if the Mongols come over and take all of Cumania and then they lose their, you know, death stacks, and I say, well, okay, let's have a crusade for Cumania, I will get all of this. Yeah. Pretty fucking powerful. And I can do the same thing down here in Spain. I can say, I want Andalusia, and I'll get it all. The only drama there is that the Andalusians, being Sunni, will call in the other Sunnis as well. But that would probably drag the Byzantines in. So, you know, all good. Just want to keep an eye on this independence faction. 24%. 24% of my men is not an insignificant number. What's that? That's a Gaitan army. Oh, yep. Those are Amalfians. It's one of the patrician families. Oh, look at this. The Doge is back. Well, let's go and deal with this army. He's trying to remove that war score. He's almost got it too. Yeah, there it goes. Trade posts, just so bad at defending. Which, honestly, is kind of understandable. You know, they're trade posts. My aunt has become of age. She's a mastermind theologian. She's also sick. I'm not going to rehash the old joke there. This will be a straight crossing into Shalland, but it's fine. We outnumber these guys 4-1, and we've probably got better commanders. We easily have better commanders. Come on. There we go. That's given us a massive amount of war score. We'll take back that trade post in 12 days. The Duke of Champagne has declared a war for Orleans on the King of France. Good on him. Just check something. Yeah. Oh well, good on him. For this woman here. And she'll actually hold it. No, that's exceptional. Good on him. I hope that he succeeds. We may go to war with the Frenchman for something else in a moment or 5 to help out by taking out the French armies. Yes, yes, of course. Okay, and now we have won this war. So we're going to get 48 gold and 200 piety. Done. Move that army out of there, move these guys back into Skane. So what casus belli do we have on the Frenchman? We've got a claim for Blois, which we're not going to take. We're not going to touch Orleans, because that's what our guy's going for. We do have a claim on Evro for this lady, but she will not keep it. So we really don't have any decent claims on the Frenchman. The only thing we'd be doing is, well, fucking around with his stuff. But you say, well, Subby, aren't you exceptional? Could you not get a claim on anything that you so wished for? And I would reply to you, yes, you know what? I could quite easily do that, but let's just have a quick check of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I don't know if I counted that one. Let's say 29. Well, 28 and 29 is still the same for the purpose of calculating 51%. So we have 13. We need 2 more provinces to take the Kingdom of France. Two more provinces. Well, one of those would be Orleans. But we could also get Berry. So yes, you say, Subby, aren't you an exceptional individual that can just attack whoever the fuck you want? And I would say yes. Yes, I am. Let's get this army. This army is close enough to being strong enough to fight on its own. So we're going to get a personal claim on the Duchy of Berry. About now? Yes, your low character is the subject of Greek plays. Shut up. You're my vassal. And my request has been granted. So now, I can personally claim Berry. Do I have anything on the Italian as well? Because that could be interesting. Nothing important. He's got a lot of trade posts that I could raise. I'd get a lot of money out of that. There's a claim on Saluzzo over there. Arborea, of course, and Parma, which would be useless. This army can actually come and help out. Alongside this army. I know usually we don't drag 2 armies into the whole thing. We've got a vassal on the College of Cardinals. Just one for the moment. That's alright. Don't know what the Byzantine is doing. I would have won this war by now, bro. And yeah, we're not going to hold off on the French war, because I don't know what the Byzantine is doing down here. So as soon as we get our armies into position, or at least one army into position, we hit them. Take the provinces, everything will be good. And that will actually give us de jure claims on this part of Ireland here and Poitou. Poitou? This place. And then from there, I guess we'll have to take Brittany. We can't have England sitting next to us. But technically we'll still have a border here. This border here will be Ireland. There'll be a little buffer zone for us. How are the Irish going? Poorly. She's made for Rasden her primary title. Well, good on her. That was not what I wanted to click. I wanted to click this one. We have a de jure reason for war on the Irish anyway for Maine. So that's not terribly important. 26% because the Pisan Doge has joined in. You know what? Do it. Rebel. Be a revolution. Okay, it appears that these guys decided that they wanted to have that place. That's irritating. I didn't realize that they were at war. I didn't actually think that they were. So now we have to move these guys out of the province before we can declare war on these guys and move back. Because I'm content with this guy being the Duke of Skane if he so wishes. As explained, that prevents Denmark from shifting to the HRE's de jure area. What I might do instead is take Smaland. Like Varand here instead of Blackinge. Oh, but we don't actually have a claim on Varand. Ah, right, because that's actually part of Sweden. Of course. Where did all these guys go? Did they die? Yeah, I guess they must have died. Oh well. We actually have a heretic running around. Whatever. So we just declare war. Well, we'll offer him vassalization. He'll say no because, you know, reasons. And then we'll just redeclare war in that place. And speaking of war, the Frenchmen were claiming Berry. Yep, done. If we lose any of these wars, we take a massive monetary hit. Like, let's just have a little look at that. That's me. Wow. If we surrender, we lose 1,770 gold, as well as prestige, and the claim. That's 1,000 more gold than I have, and I've been saving up. Now, that's a ridiculous amount of gold. A lot of people dying around the place. Factions at 27. The Pope's part of the plot. Surprised he isn't part of the independence plot. Let's just see how this goes here. I'm actually going to attack up here, take out their army, and yeah, then come back down and besiege whatever. They called in the dude down there, that's fine. It really doesn't matter to me. It's fine, it's fine. It's that. We could imprison the Duke of Verona because he is trying to kill somebody. Instead, we're just going to tell him to end his plot because he kind of likes us. Good fight. Good fight. Let's chase him down into the place where we wanted to go anyway. I've trumped everyone and am the best Kaiser ever, so we lose the ambitious trait. Annoying. I'm also going to abandon my ambition there. Because now I definitely want to improve, say, learning or martial instead of intrigue. I won't be able to pick another ambition for a little bit, though. Now, this is something I didn't expect. Burgundy is running under absolute crown authority. It's bizarre. Also, is Patau involved in something? I saw 28,000 men pop up there for a moment. Not hostile to me, thank God, but you know, if they were hostile to me, I'd have issues. But yeah, absolute crown authority is a little bit of a worry for Burgundy because it means that he can raise most of his troops. Like, what is it? It's, minimum 80% of his guys' vassals. His vassals can't fight each other, they can't wage war, they can't pass titles outside of a realm. It's a huge pain. Yeah, we probably don't want King Johann here to actually inherit. Prefer it if one of my children, when I eventually have them, hint, hint, my wife, hint, hint, would, you know, get on that. Yeah, there we are, 28,000 men as part of Arnold's host. Who's he at war with? Burgundy! Well, that explains some things. Apparently we could put a claim on Arnold's host. Fucking what? Pope, what are you doing? I mean, really, I should not be able to claim an adventurer title. That's what it is. It's a titular title for adventuring. It's just bizarre. Okay, that war down in the Byzantine Empire is gone, and our military organization in Nidabaean increased to 4. It's alright. We can still keep our marshal there. He's improving things. We'll actually get pop-ups for these two when we can spend them because they're the most expensive thing, so I won't worry too much about checking. And here in military, well, it's going to be a while before we can increase heavy infantry. Well, they're going to Skane on the 15th. Instead of sitting around here, I might attack them. And if I can catch them, which I probably can, that should win us the war without having to occupy anything. We have a lot of money and it's only increasing. We will probably try and spend some of it in a moment. Oh, he bought mercenaries. Of course he did. Of course. When you're losing, why not? And we actually caught the mercenary. We will ransom him back for 145 gold. And enforce the peace offer. Now that's given me that title. I don't want that title. It's part of Skane. So who owns Skane? This guy. Congrats, dude. You are now Count of Blackinge as well. And we'll keep this army up here because we were planning on slapping around the pagans and some other dudes. that we had Casus Belli on. But meanwhile, down in France, I think we'd like to escalate some of these fights. Not that one. That one is one that we're just going to wait for. 5.5 fort level, 1,800 men. Yeah, it's not happening. And excellent. Now we have a lot of money. And we're going to resist my foul urges. 10 piety. Such a small amount, but, you know. We're nice. We're actually kind of a nice individual. Can we ransom you back? Yep. Good. You don't have to go to the prison. These people are always trying to kill other people. Let's have a look at these. Do we have a weak claim on Burgundy that we could press somehow? But I'd rather do these county claims and actual claims when we get to it. The last thing I want is to be a couple of votes shy of escalating to medium crown authority because of Burgundy. But that would just be the most irritating thing possible. Yeah, we should really spend some of that money. We have way too much sitting around. Training grounds in Wittelsbach. And a keep in Passau. All good. He keeps on trying to kill this girl. I know she's your wife and you hate her, but you know, I got the Pope here, man. Look at that income. 71.73. How much are we getting from the Pope? Only 15. We're getting more from the Prince Archbishop of Cologne. What about the Pisan? The Pisan's probably giving us something down here. I think. Because the Pisan doesn't like us. Right? I'm pretty sure the Pisan doesn't like us. Oh no, here he is. 10.4. Yeah, so that's reduced because he's got a low opinion of me. Same with the Pope. Yeah. Could always raise taxes on the clergy and minimize the levies. But, you know, we're not hard up for money right now. We have an absurd amount of money. And income. So now we're just kind of waiting. Let's have a little look up here. You got any allies? You do. They're not important. What's my Casus Belli on your claim for this fellow? You're part of Sweden, right? Yep. Well, yes, let's do that. Get it done. Take your crappy little province from you. Oh, they're actually going to move out in time. Turns out I should have... Oh, okay. He has 34 military, or martial, because Jesus is helping him. Apparently Jesus knows everything about military tactics. I'm like, 34? What the fuck? But yeah, that's epic because he's leading the heavy infantry. So, if he catches anybody, he's just gonna rip them apart. Come on, just poke in. Yeah, he called in some people, it doesn't matter, we're going to assault this place. And if we take that in the city, we win. He's called in a lot of people. Okay, we kidnapped Cecily Ernst Data. She is ransomable for 10 gold. Okay, maybe he has other stuff. Oh, he totally does. He owns secondary holdings in these places. So let's head on down here. Okay, siege is complete there. Excuse me, we'll push through on Châteauroux. And how's the other one going? Ah, good, the Duke of Champagne is winning. Now we'll just send these guys up to Blois. Peace yet? Nope. Alright, fair enough. It's fine. I don't care. Excellent. This fight is going according to plan. Okay, we got Sybil here. Sybil is not ransomable, but Yves de Sully here is. I have no idea how to pronounce that. You think you're losing now? Nope, just a flesh wound, he says. Alright. Just a flesh wound, he says. Not a flesh wound anymore. That's an immediate win for us. Done. Okay, so... Duchies. Yeah, we could get our Pope to give us claims on these places, but we've got other stuff that we could do before we do that. Good. And I actually think that this French campaign will be over shortly. Ah, excellent. His mission to Duna has been completed. The population have been converted to the Catholic faith. So, where can we send him now? I'm thinking here. So we've basically removed the Romovar religion. I believe. Let's just check that. Size? Where are you? Here we are. Remover, 0 moral authority, 0 size. There may still be a few people that follow it, but they don't hold any land. They're gone. They got nothing. Still not giving it up, huh? That'd be typical. I think we get some war score from them holding Orleans. Yeah, we do. Because that's still technically us holding that, even though it's the Duke of Champagne. You know, because he's our man. Depending on these guys are coming down to try and take bourgeois, Bourges back from us. So we'll disabuse them of that notion shortly. Yeah, let's get an attack in on this bishopric, take it, because I'd hate to lose the siege progress. There we go, and now we just come down. Takes us 5 days, you can't run. Boom. And there we go. And we captured this fellow, who isn't that good a military commander, so we'll see if we can ransom him back. We can. Perfect. And now we have 75%. But because we're offering that ransom offer, we can't check whether the king would accept our... well, would surrender. But he will surrender. And excellent. We are going to have to give that duchy away. Because, well, you know, it's not actually ours. I don't want to be sitting around holding 3 duchies. That's bad for business. There we go. It's also given us a county of Tours. So let's find somebody who we can give this place to. Whoops, I actually wanted court. And Fred. You're German, you're Catholic. How would you like to be a duke? Now, we can't see the duchy titles here, we can only see the counties and the baronies. But if we click include lower titles, we get everything. And we want him to be the Duke of Berry. That will also give him the county of Bourgeois as a vassal, and the county of Tours as a personal thing. See, there we are. Tours, Berry, Bourgeois. Burge. That place. Good. Well, looks like we connected our realm up again, huh? And yeah, he's still losing to the Frenchman. Oh no, the Frenchman is still losing to the Champagne guy. And we're out of war. So, we hold a feast yet? No, we need November, so another year for that. We could go on a hunt. I'm not particularly good enough for a hunt, am I? No. We'll hold a hunt next year. We want the feast, so we're just going to wait for November to tick around. We have more than enough money for it. And hopefully we can deal that feast before the end of the episode. And then we'll try for a tournament. We just need to stay out of war for another couple of days. Well, a few more days, really. There we go. Let's have our feast. All my vassals will be there except for the ones that hate me. So what we're going to try and do, find the ones who don't hate us too much, give them a little bit of money to bump up their opinion. I don't care about counts, I care about dukes. Because then they'll show up, and they'll get the opinion boost from showing up. The Pope's actually kind of cheap to buy. Only 100 gold. Cheap Pope. Yeah, so we are going to waste a fair bit of money here just to get this happening. I mean, it's not really a waste of money, essentially. I don't think we're actually going to be able to buy the Pisan. Yeah, 204 gold, that is too expensive. The Duke of Pomerania probably isn't a very good one to bring in. We'll see. 45 gold, and yeah, beautiful. This is actually going to go quite well. And because we have so much money, I don't particularly care about spending too much. One thing we just want to make sure is that the opinion boosts that we're getting will actually drive them into positive territory. See, the Duke of Baden here, that won't work. It just won't work. Like 44 opinion, but he's at minus 71. And that's about as far as we want it. Good. The Duke of Anjou has claimed a war for some dude's claim on France. That's fine. We won't get France out of that, but we'll get a new French ruler. Okay. No feast is complete without boar meat. Who will get the prestigious task of hunting and slaying the boars needed for the feast? We could send out Marshal Prince Bishop Wigerick. We could do that. I will hunt them myself. Or we'll force the peasants to hunt. You know what? It's a 10% chance of something bad happening to us. I like those odds. And yeah, nothing bad happened to us. We didn't even get the positive effect. We just got 10 prestige, really. Now Champagne is part of our realm. So as soon as the French guy gets out of a war, we could potentially usurp France. We may not want to. It's easier to get claims on the duchies and usurp them. We're still over our retinue cap by a significant margin, but we don't get penalized for that. We're going to spend lavishly on food. Apparently we double spent on that, so we got twice the loss, but twice the prestige. And invitations. We're going to get a bunch of people refusing. Yep, but they're all counts from the look of it. And probably the Duke of Baden. Who, honestly, I don't give a shit about. Okay, well, he died, so whatever. Come on, feast. There we go. Let's just get rid of all these messages over on the side here. Okay, yep, welcome to my feast. And interestingly enough, we're now in line to properly inherit Pomerania because one of the dukes died. And the new guy likes us. After the feast and the tournament, we may try bumping up Crown Authority. In the HRE itself. New Duke of Baden. This guy doesn't like us as much as they both hate us. Like the old one hated us, the new one hates us. The new one can be somewhat ameliorated, but is that a word? But not to the degree when he'll actually like us. Still, the old guy died of syphilis. Bishop Adolf's a prick, but you know, when you call your kid Adolf, what do you expect? Independence factions dropped to 20%. My opinion of one of the barons has gone down because he threw up on somebody's shoes. King Johann of Bohemia is trying to kill Gorsha Chatenois. We can use this to imprison him. We're not going to. We're going to say, end your plot, brother. Maybe if we actually had a child, we would do that. I made sure the most beautiful lady would be my dinner party, and during the feast I kept refilling both our wine glasses. My charm and my winning smile made it impossible for her to stay unresponsive. It didn't take long until she looked at me with more of an interest in her eyes. I like to flirt, but I wouldn't do anything more than that. -5 prestige. I'd like to show you the castle, especially my bedchamber. That we give Duchess Gertrude here a tour of the castle and the bedchamber especially. That probably pisses off the Duke of Thuringia, or Duchess Oda here, who is actually a standalone vassal of mine. You know what? Yes, that one. I thought the food was superb, the wine mediocre, and the dances beautiful. Some of the more inebriated guests joined the dancers in a quadrille. Yes, I'll join them as well. We're going to push on till the end of the feast. Yeah, fuck you, Cardinal Aubrey. We're going to push on till the end of the feast just to get it done with, and then we'll end the episode. We are going to go a little bit over time here. My wife is pregnant. Must have been all that sleeping around I did. And we can now pick an ambition. We're going to pick have a son. Yes, we're going to pick have a son. Just because that raises my fertility, and if she now has a daughter, then we'll still have that, and if she has a son, free prestige. Good. Come on, end the feast. And another... Okay, there we go. Feast end. and now we could elect to hold a grand tournament. We'll handle that when we come back next episode. So, as usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you'd like to give the video a like, go ahead, and that would be exceptional. We're going to take our Chancellor out of that place just real quick. And, of course, if you know what? We'll actually put the Chancellor down with the Pope. Yeah, that's fine. And, yeah, if you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But, in the meantime, I've been Sub, you've been yourselves. Later.